Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel BUCKSGEARBOX. I'm Lyle, and today we're going to talk about the CJRB Pyrite. Now, this is going to be a pseudo unboxing as I've carried this knife for about a week, and I definitely can't give you like a full review on it because it's that young to my collection, but I am going to show you what you get in the box, talk about the specs, give some size comparisons, and talk about how this one's a little bit different. This is the titanium variant. There's the knife. We'll talk about that in a second. Comes with a pretty cool pouch, CJRB branded. CJRB is the, I thought there was, oh, it's just the silica stuff, is the budget line of artisan cutlery knives, made in China. So an import company, and yeah. And I have been hearing, one of the reasons I wanted to do this one, I've been hearing that the Pyrite might be the new king of budget knives. Is that true? Well, I don't know. Haven't had it that long, but I do have some opinions and I'll share them towards the end. There's a lot of variants out there of these that are available. There's G10 and stainless steel, I know for sure, but I believe there's some limited options as well, maybe some store exclusives. This one is titanium, mostly, sort of, kind of mostly. There's stainless steel liners in there, so it's not complete titanium, and it's not a frame lock like you see in premium titanium knives. But still, it's kind of a nice touch, and I think that it gives it a pretty interesting feel, and I think that's the main benefit of the titanium over the stainless steel. All right, let's talk about some specs before I get into more of my opinions. Overall length of 7 1/4 inches. So it's a good medium sized knife. We'll do some size comparisons here in a minute. This is a 3 1/4 inch long powder metallurgy steel blade. It's their AR RPM 9, which is Artisan Cutlery's proprietary powder metallurgy steel. It is supposed to be somewhere between the edge retention of D2, but with way more stainless properties in it. So very cool. It's pretty cool to get a powder metallurgy steel for a $50 price point. Let's just put it that way. And people seem to really like this steel. This is the RIA, and it has that steel in it as well. Seems like it's pretty good stuff and pretty well respected as far as a budget steel goes. It's a drop point, flat ground, stonewash grind, or stonewash finish. The handle's 4 inches. And again, it's titanium with stainless steel that is very milled out. I'm not sure if you can see in there, but it's got quite a bit of milling in there. Yeah, you can see it there probably. So it's very well milled out. It weighs 3.38 ounces according to the website, and its pocket clip is right hand and left hand, but tip up only carry. Got the lightning fast ball bearings in this thing. It just flips right out with a button lock and thumb studs. It's a pretty fidgety knife if you're into that for sure. There's multiple ways to open it. Only one way to close it with that button lock. And you can even, yes, even I can Spidey flick the CJRB Pyrite, which is, not something I'm good at with every knife. So, oh, I missed that one. But there you go. That's kind of cool. It is definitely very fidgety. All right, let's look at some size comparisons to some knives that you might be familiar with. I'll go ahead and put it up against that CJRB RIA. If you're a CJRB fan, odds are you have one of these. And another pseudo budget knife, which I think one of my last overviews was the NAF Lander. This is the one with micarta scales. So it's a little bit bigger than those two, which I definitely would consider smaller knives. Let's look at it next to these two kind of lighter weight options, not in a budget category, I would say. The Hogue Deca, that's the Magna Cut, and this is the Benchmade Bug Out. Both of these are quite a bit lighter than this, but the G10 is a little bit lighter. I think I'll be listing the weight a little bit later for that G10. And let's see, let's put it up against a Malibu because I believe that's kind of very similar in size. Yeah, Malibu's a little bit longer, not much. I got like little flies flying around here today. To give you a little bit of insight, and probably the two most popular budget knives, at least in my book, these are the two most popular budget knives. As far as like knife enthusiasts go, the Elementum you hear all the time, this is the best budget knife there is. Personally, I like the Penguin better. It's cheaper, and I love the Wharncliffe design. I just love the shape of it. A little bit better than the Elementum, and you save a little money as well. And again, a lot of folks are saying that the Pyrite is now the new king of the budget category, where the Elementum probably was most people's favorite before. It's totally subjective, but I just wanted to put those all up against each other. They're all right in the same size department. Obviously, very, very similar other than the blade shape on the Penguin. All of these are pretty much like, you can't go wrong with any of the three. So if you're on the fence, like probably pick the one you like the best. If you want a Wharncliffe blade shape, go with the Penguin. If you want to save some money, go with the Penguin. These two are probably closer together. This has a hollow grind, this has a flat. So there's little bitty differences here and there, but all in all, these are three great budget options if you are a knife enthusiast, and you kind of can't go wrong with any of them. Overall first impressions, I like it a lot. It's a medium everyday carry knife. It is incredibly smooth to operate. It flicks right out. It falls shut with a little bit of a bounce there. It's a button lock. A lot of people really dig button locks, and I'm hit or miss on them. But ironically, even though that's true, some of my favorite knives are button locks. So it's really interesting. It's a $50 knife. Now this is a slight upgrade in that cost, but you can get the stainless steel or the G10 versions for $50, and that is a great amount of value for your dollars for sure. This titanium one is a little bit lighter than the stainless steel version, about 1/4 of an ounce maybe. The G10 version is almost an ounce lighter than the steel version as well. It's about 2.5 ounces, maybe a little bit more than that. So if weight is a concern, you might want to go with the G10. Is this the new king of the budget knives? Well, you know, that's subjective for sure. Everybody's going to have a different opinion about that. These two are about the same price point. I believe the Elementum's pushing $50 these days. This one's $50, but this one at $32 for a base cost for D2 steel and the regular old handles they come with. I believe they're G10. Personally, for me, I would recommend the Penguin first, but it just depends. Do you want that style of a blade? Do you have $20 more to spend? Would you rather have a hollow grind? There's a lot of different factors that go into this conversation, right? Bottom line, you can't really go wrong with any of them. If you don't want D2, this is a good upgrade. If you want a Wharncliffe, get a Penguin, although I believe they might have had a limited Wharncliffe or a reverse Tonto style blade in this. I've not seen them, but I think they exist. And you know, Elementum is everybody's favorite, it seems like. So you really, again, you can't go wrong. If you want to save a little money, here's an option. But all three of these are great budget knives. I still like my Penguin a little bit better as far as first impressions go. I'm gonna carry it, I'm gonna like it, and I'm gonna say thanks for joining me today on this little budget knife overview. Thanks again, and I'll have more information really soon regarding my next giveaway, which will be at 1,000 subscribers. Gonna have a couple of different everyday carry packages to give away, including, I believe I'm gonna do a Ridge wallet and the Axwell wallet, and then surround them with other everyday carry gear and have 2 giveaways at once to celebrate. So anyway, more info on that coming soon. Again, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.